Hello. Sometimes the Switch does pick up my voice. Like, it's barely picking me up right now. Ah! At least it looks like it's barely picking me up. Ah, that's a little bit better. Oh, mate. This is jammy. A little bit loud. Alright. Probably shouldn't have that so much in my face. There you go. And then probably should do up this button. Alright, let's have both versions of my stream up because sometimes it doesn't like having my live chat live on the dashboard. Nice quality, looks good. Sweet. Where did you find reference? I made this about 4 years ago. Usually when I want to find reference, because I've been doing a lot of stylized stuff lately, so it's usually just type in what you want. Probably get all this out the way. So I'd find what actual thing I want to make. So this isn't just a tank; it's a Panzer. Is it Panzer 4, Panzer IV? But yeah, it's Panzer. So I remember that image. I remember using that as reference as well. It's been such a long time since I worked on this, but I write that, and then if you write in like reference or blueprints. Here you go. Oh, you know what? I think that may have been the exact one I used. Or was it this one? Oh, it's been such a long time. I think it may have been that one. And yeah. So, again, if you want to do something stylized, you should get blueprints, but you could be like, I don't know, if you wanted to make an axe, it could be like stylized axe. And in a way, it's copying, but you can just take ideas from what you look at. So, or I really like how he does his wood there, I'll try to replicate that. Or I like the bend in the wood, I'll try to replicate that. I like the patterns, try to replicate that, and you basically merge that all together. If you don't, a lot of time when I do stylize, I just usually write, I look at a real one, and then I think to myself, okay, I'll model that kind of like that, and then I'll use stylized shaders on it to hopefully get a better result. Is that the exact model of this tank? What you just sent me? Jesus. You know your stuff. You know what? I'd love to try to rig this as well. But I have no idea how I'd do that. How did you UV map? How did you UV mapping for this tank? Would you mind sharing it? I haven't done that yet. Again, this is 4 years old. I didn't even know how to UV map very well back then. Yeah. I don't even like the project I've loaded up because everything's combined. I'm going to have to come into here, separate everything out. Hopefully it won't crash on me. And I'm going to have to rework so much of this. That's why I've put it off for so long. 6 days ago I was working on my M4. But I can show you an example of a quick UV map or something like this. So it's just taken in stages. I'm probably gonna wow, the meshes are really simple. I'm very surprised. So wow, yeah, look how simple. Oh, look how simple it is. Why is that so high poly? So to be fair, when you UV map anything, you want to cut it up into either the methodology you'll use for a square or a cube. Wow, that as well. What about this? Now you're low poly. You should probably be higher poly though. Oh. Oh no, go back to thingy. There you go. So, for example, breaking it up again, it's about breaking it up into your separate shapes at the end of the day. So this is one of the shapes, right? If we actually wanted to save UV space, so one of the first things you should be looking at is how you're going to save UV space. I could delete all of... Will I do that? Let's delete all of that bottom face. You don't see it, it clips. But I kind of want this bevel I have on it. I'm going to probably judge a lot of this because, like I said, it's very old. Very old. And I wouldn't say I'm necessarily better at modeling itself, but I'm definitely a better artist now. I might do it to like that so you get that slight bevel on it. Don't know. So that right. So, God, why is it so weird shaped? I'm already regretting this. So grab a piece, like, well, let's say like we're doing top. UV map this, so I can UV map this looking at like kind of like it's a square. So if first steps I do, this might not work in Blender. Oh wow, it's got an automatic UV map on it. It's got an automatic UV map on the whole thing. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. I don't know why, but this project runs really slow. As you can tell by it freezing. Hey, Letterborn, how was it going? How are you today? How were you yesterday? And how has your weekend been? Answering in that order. And now we wait for Maya to unfreeze. Maya, you can unfreeze anytime, you know. Be grateful. Oh boy! Is it even using up much processing? It's not. So it's not even taking the full load to stop it from freezing. Please. Unfreeze. All I did was try to select everything. I'm sorry. I won't do it again. Looks like there are too many groups. Yeah, I know, right? I was thinking that, but I don't know what's... I can't remember creating all these groups. You know what? We're going to give it a close. Like I'm too impatient. Freaking close. Jesus Christ. Stress, doing some UI stuff was going. It's taking forever and the deadline for horror game update is approaching. Oh god. Alright. This was also made in a student version. But like I said, it was made a very long time ago. I've left uni 4 years ago. And I would have made it at the end of second year of university. Because it would have been like I did over summer holidays. Same with my gun, the M4A1. If you guys actually want to see how that turned out, if you weren't here. Actually, I did some of it off stream anyway. I think pretty good. I don't think it's the best thing on my portfolio, but it turned out really nice. If we actually go into... I'll hide this for a second, because I can show you the before and after. Manage portfolio? I should have hidden it on my portfolio somewhere. Oh, there it is. M4A1. I don't want to make it live. Ah, screw it. I'll make it live for a second. It depends on the asset. Usually it's better to just use Substance these days because it can save you a lot of time. Here you go. I made it live again for people to see, but this is what my M4 looked like 5 years ago. Good model. So the model wasn't changed actually that drastically. There were improvements, but a lot of it came down to just texturing. Itch. There you go. So if we compare this to this, look at that. Look at that transition. That's so cool. I got the other side up here. That side. Thank you so much for following me, whoever that was. See that transition? It's sort of just about getting better at texturing and lighting and stuff, to be honest. Like people always go on about it's like, oh, you just get better every time, you get better every time. I don't feel that way. I don't feel I've necessarily got better. I just feel like I've learnt more. I think my modelling, is almost as good as it used to be. As weird as that sounds, I don't actually think I'm that much better at modelling than when I first started. Well, maybe not first started, but when I was in university. I feel like the main things I've progressed with is just learning software, learning Maya instead of Blender, learning... Blender's also very good. Learning Substance Painter, learning rendering techniques, learning rendering software, learning lighting, learning colour. Stuff like that. It's... weirdly enough, it's just not come too much down for me to a lot of that. So usually when you delete history, you get rid of a bunch of those groups, but I have not. What is this? What is this? What's a smooth version of it? The smooth version's already there. Oh, I could delete that then. Well, you know what? That's a pre-smooth version. I could choose that. So, back when I was making this, I didn't really know the difference between what was really high poly and low poly at the time. Please don't crash for me. Thank you. So I was trying to make this as low poly as possible, which is just not worth it these days. I'm so afraid it's going to keep crashing on me. I'm going to have to really clean up this project. Don't expect to get this take done for like another 2 weeks, I'm not going to lie. But you guys can be there on the way. I know how much you guys like being a part of my life. Right? Right, guys? Okay, let's give it a quickie save to my desktop, apparently. Save Tank 5.0. For some reason, this folder was called Tank 4.0, so... Boom. New tank. Here we go. So first off, I said I want to separate everything. Hopefully don't wait too long. I know it worked earlier, so I know it's going to work. My tank, I actually have... That tank that's just had an automatic unwrap, that is what it looked like 4 years ago. There you go. See, the modelling is very nice. In my opinion. I'm not going to say my stuff looks crap. Well, not often anyway. There's just so many parts to this. Like, I think the axe, for example, right here. I think the shovel and the axe I may put on their own complete UV shell. All right, yeah, here you go. Let me show you UVing something. So, big part like this, big chunkus. I bumped it here, went to the UV space. We did a quickie. So what I usually do, my process, if you're still here, if you haven't left the stream already, I hope you're here because I'm trying to show you something helpful. So if we unitize it, if we select it first, then unitize it, that will make every shape its own, try and quad, just any polygon, its own little area here. So like each single one is its own square, right? Which is very bad. We don't want that. But I do that so everything gets cut off into its own different sections. Then it's a shame no one ever shows the UV mapping of time lapses and stuff. Like whenever I watch like a time lapse, it'd be... Oh nice, I got another follower. What the hell's going on? When I watch, let's see if I can replicate an example. Got any wireframes of this? No. Stylized assets? So usually when I watch a time lapse, you'll see them get up to the part where they model it. So if we go into the topology or something that's not got coloured. So you can still see normal maps on here, but ignore that. You'll see like this, and then they'll just go, boom. And it will just fade into their, like, freaking baked down textured version. I'm like, you didn't show us... Sometimes they don't even show you the texturing, but you don't show us UV mapping, you don't show us texturing. I think that's really important to show because UV mapping takes up so much time. I know it's boring, but people need to know that's something that takes time. Some people get into 3D modeling and they're just like, what? I have to UV map? What does that even mean? Do I need to do a UV map? Like, yes, you do. It's very important. Because every time they've watched a video, they've not seen that they needed to UV map. So if I look at this like a square, so when you usually do a square... Now, squares are already UV maps, but let's ignore that. You will do it from like the top down. So you want this, and then you want it to... Because you don't want there to be seams, you usually do it connected to every single side, right? So let's unitize this. Like that. So if we look... Select every edge. We're like, okay, so we want all these edges to stay connected. So, okay, but the problem is all of these edges are going to be connected. So when it comes down, you're going to have all of those warped together. Because in real life, when your teacher used to give you a piece of paper with a square on it, to either cut it out, fold it up. My camera's a little too low. Move. You'd have it so it was cut in a way that basically looked like what I had a second ago. Kind of like this, and then you'd fold those pieces together. If you somehow had these edges connected, that just wouldn't work. You just couldn't have that on a piece of paper. So set every edge again. So you look at it and go, okay, we'll connect it from the top to every edge, but I'm going to have to cut these sides out because that won't work. Now after that, you go, okay, it's connected, all these sides connected, it gets to the bottom. Now this bottom's connected to every edge as well. And that doesn't also make sense now because you're like, okay, that makes an infinite loop because it's here. Connects. Okay. Connects. Okay. Connects. Okay. And then you're like, oh, it connects again. So it's like always looping basically on its UVs. That won't work once again because you can't have... If you were to photovoltaic in real life, you can't have it all connected at once if you want to make it on a flat surface. So then you'd cut these three sides out like that. So you'll have one side that has all three sides cut, one side that's connected everywhere, and then all the edges on the side of it will have them all disconnected. You move it so that, and boom. And then if it happened to be like a separate shape, like it was like more of a rectangle, you'd come into here and then unfold it by going modify, unfold, and it will make the shape for you. Boom. If you ever want to check if the quality is good and there's no warping, you should put the word tutorial in your live stream titles. If people will watch it more if I did that. That's the main reason I do them, because I want to show you guys how to do things. And boom, you'll see these squares. And if these squares are not warped, so for example, if these squares look like this, ooh, you know that's wrong. Because they're stretched, right? You know that's not what it's supposed to look like. So as soon as you get to a point where they look like squares, you're fine. If they're rotated like this, that's also fine. If you want it to be neat, you can rotate it around, place it and everything, and do Tetris, but, you know, that is up to you. Right, so, again, unwrapping this. So if we do the same sort of technique, if I want all these edges to stay connected coming down, again, I'll have to do this thing like this, and disconnect all the side ones. Like that, so now it's connecting from there. Everything at the top's fine, and then at the bottom, again, we'll make it so it's disconnected every edge but one. I don't know which edge would be better. Again, I probably won't keep the bottom anyway. I'll probably delete the bottom, which you can't see it. If I did something like that, connected to the top, I guess. Gonna make sure you got those lines coming over. Get rid of this texture. We want to replicate that, so I want that to be there up to there. Then you have a quickie look. Wow, I've done that very wrong here. There you go. Cool. Nice. Make sure it's connected here. Here. depending on wrap. Looks a bit jank, but then you unfold and you get a nice little shape. See that? Hello, hey, X-Danger51, how is it going, my dude? If you pop that in, you should. Oh, a little bit of warpage. Usually, if you get a bit of warpage, it means you have to basically make some more cuts to alleviate some of that. Basically stretchingness it's doing. So if I do something like that, probably look a bit better. I mean, you could even go as far and do something like this. Don't like that as much though, but it does work. Just remember, the more seams you have, the harder it will be to texture and not see those seams. It's just a hand-in-hand thing. You can't have one without the other. It's going to happen. So, when it comes to the wheels, can I just replicate these? There's so much on this model that I have to wrap around because I haven't looked at it in so long. Oh, no. No. Why did I try to select everything again? I'm going to have to clean it up. Because it's running so slow. I didn't select everything that time, so hopefully it'll be a bit faster. There's just so many small pieces. So I think the first step is deleting the repeated stuff and re-replicating them. I like sometimes finding old models because it reminds me, there you go, it reminds me of like, you see those videos where like, we also want to do some cleanup on geometry. Where they're like, oh, fixed an old caravan up or something. I mean, it's super cool watching something go from its glory to being messed up back to its glory. Hey, Kek92, how's it going, my guy? How's your weekend been? I'm not into this music right now. I love Super Meat Boy, but I don't think its music's brilliant half the time. And honestly, unless it's indie songs from games, they sometimes just get copyrighted on that anyway. Optimization is very important depending on how optimized you need the scene to be. If you are optimizing something and you're just deleting edges, basically the goal you're looking for is when you delete edges, the overall shape doesn't change. So when I delete these edges, freaking turn off this. Actually, just close UVs for now. You see, whoops, oh my god, what happened to the shape? Oh, whatever. Okay. So we delete that. I don't get any change to silhouette. Awesome. Thank you for asking. Exams yesterday, but I think nice. Hey, Frostbite Cinematics, how is it going? Hope to see you around here every day from now on. Now that you've shown up once, it's kind of an obligation at this point. So I hope this will be my low poly, and then I will make a high poly. Because look how high poly it is right now. So we need to get this down. Oh my god, it didn't break when I selected everything. So this is 289,000. I want to get it down to about 150,000. If you can get it down to that much, I consider that a success. I am doing very well, thank you very much. Just chilling, really. Because it's cold. Get it? No, you know what? I actually kind of want to open my window. It's open. I feel a little bit warm and I like throwing my blanket on myself. If I ever got like famous and people were like, "How was your soup game?" Done. Well, my part's done for now. If they need any more work, they will hire me again. But right now, I did everything I needed to do. Yeah, like I say, if I ever got like famous or anything, and people were like, not even famous, but I got to the point where people were like, I want to send you a gift because you're store and stuff. Mate, freaking blankets. Oh, just send me blankets. I love blankets. There's nothing better than feeling cozy. Well, there's not many things better than feeling cozy. I love just the sensation of feeling cozy. It's my jam. Have you ever worked in a blender? I feel like working in a blender would be pretty difficult. Like the blade would be underneath me while trying to work, and that I feel like that would put me off. I have worked a blender. My last actual scene was made in Blender. I'll show you. If he hasn't left with my bad joke. Boom! This is my last scene I made in Blender. Very fun scene. I was on our way to see all of its geometry. Oh, there you go. Not very high poly count. In fact, it was kept surprisingly low. Well, that's a huge angle. I fixed that there anyway. Great. If you want to see the finished version, it was UV mapped though, and textured obviously. Well, I say obviously not textured in Blender, but you can texture in Blender. Oh, whoops, really got to open. Finished version was this. Whoop whoop. This was very fun to make. I want to do another scene like this. I might take another one of these pieces because this wasn't my concept. I worked off someone else's concept. I might take another one of these concepts and make it a whole nother scene because this was really fun to make. There was obviously some stressful parts because it's not usually the art style I do, but that was awesome. This music is horrifying. That's what I get for putting Super Meat Boy in here. Get rid of that. Yeah, to be fair, I could have actually gone into here and just clicked reduce. And we'd have probably got a decent result. Yeah, that's actually pretty perfect. We're still pretty high on the poly count here. I don't like getting to the point where you have uneven, like, edges here. So we'll probably that. Still 4,000 for just a barrel or a muzzle. It's not ideal. My God, he says. How many are here? What is happening in there? Aurora Borealis. Aurora Borealis. For this time of day. Really localized in your kitchen. Yes. May I see it? No. So my hype... Oh my God, some of these areas look terrible now. It's not modeled terribly, but... Oh wow, yeah, look how many edges it's lost here. Let's undo the reduce I just did. I say just did. Oh my God, I've done too much already? Jesus, okay. It doesn't look terrible. We'll keep it like that for now. This is very low poly, which is very nice. So is this. Like, I may do some smooth variations to basically have a high poly bake down. But that's fine, that's fine. This, obviously, will need some edge information. I always wondered why it's called that way. I first didn't even know what the word blender meant, and I wanted to show a friend the face of Blender. I got really surprised at Google image references. I won't look at that for now. I want to look at the pieces I can basically, like that, I could just make a... Wow! That's awful. That should be like... this. That's better. That should smooth better too. Not quite at the bottom. Have we got any bottom faces that should be deleted? Ooh! We do not. That's good. Again, I made this a very long time ago. So, bear with me. I need to see what I did well and did poorly. God, I don't want to UV map this. Jesus Christ, it's going to take a long time. So yeah, I can smooth all that for a high poly. That's fine. That may need a little bit more info for a high poly. Same with this. This I would definitely like to have a high poly for. Making one looks difficult though. I think in the first place we can have these circles more intense. I went on a camping trip the other day. It was intense. Why? Thank you, thank you. I'll be over a week. If you ever want to actually smooth some edges of a circle, you can do what I just did where you select them all and then you basically pull them until they're equal. Like, ooh. Roughly there. That'll give you a smoother circle. Not brilliant though, because the way it's doing it in the middle. Don't matter too much though. Same with this boy. Let's actually get the Panzer tank up. And look at some decent reference. What about the blueprints? Yeah, it's... Is it smoother? Can't tell. I don't know. I don't think that's terrible though. God. Apparently I didn't know what beveling was a couple of years ago. Because damn. The lack of beveling is astonishing. Is there a concept? Just random references I'm finding online. Back when I made it, I used, I'm pretty sure, this exact blueprint. That's the first result you get. Pretty sure I modeled it from this blueprint 5 years ago. I'm pretty sure. I could be very incorrect. Why is this edge here? Like, it just goes into the freaking thing anyway. I can just get rid of that. Then I could probably make it even less taking up room by doing this. Oh, right. Nothing's gonna... Because everything was connected and I've had to separate it all, we're not gonna have anything on a good angle. That's fine. Oh, no, it's not. Oh, no. No one's gonna notice, I hope. We make this part a tad bigger on its exterior. That's boo. Okay, wait. Whatever. Is there a content issue? Yeah, pretty much. Back then, I really was a big fan of modeling from as minimal concept as possible, and as much as I still do like that now, it can be very irritating picking up the model years later and not having reference to work off of. So we'll just pull this in. Yeah, I am not making this perfect. I'm not an expert on tanks. I don't know how a lot of them worked. So I do apologise for anyone who's going to watch this and be like, oh, mate, no, that's not how it's supposed to look. I'm just having a bit of fun. What is that? That's just a part of that mesh? Does it, like, flare out at the top? Oh my god, it flares out at the top. I mean, I'll just pull it in then. Pull it up. There we go. Fine by me. Where's the bevel, Steve? Where's the bevels? Did they not exist years ago? Who knows? Why have these got bombs? I love looking at my own work. I love insulting my own work. Take goes bang. I love insulting my old work. So I'm just like, what was wrong with you? Mate, come on. I just think it's very funny. And if you guys want to improve, it's like they say about video games. Like, if you want to get good at League of Legends, you've got to review your own gameplay. You know, they're not wrong. Looking at the mistakes you've made and then working with that. Bang, 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 bing, bang. Odd. For me, it's cringe to watch my old work. I mean, it is cringe to watch your work specifically. You're right. If we connect all these up quick, I'd love to animate this. I need the wheels of it. Wheels? These came out really nice. These were I looked at a tread. Wait, that kept as one mesh? Wait a minute. Oh, Stephen. Damn. That's a nice take. Thank you. Hey, Mega Cobb, how's it going, man? What? I have this as a whole cylinder. And you only see the edges of it. Mate. So I think the way I'm going to have to do this is find a flat one and remake the entire tread. Because one, I want to UV map the tread. Now, my question is, do I map one tread and then have it in all of them as like a 1K texture? Or do I combine all the tread into one UV sheet and have all of them a separate texture? Because if I want mud at the ones at the bottom, if I paint on them, it's going to paint on all of them if they're the one overlapping UV. I'll decide when I get there, because I don't think either way is... I don't know. I feel like combining them all, having them as their own UV sheets, is a terrible way to do it, personally. We'll see. Yeah, today we'll just be looking at this tank and basically fixing all these little mistakes that I made years ago. So that's the one I'm using here. You're very weirdly shaped. You need the bottom face? No, okay. There you go. Honestly, I want some bevels. Oh, it's not quite in enough. So you guys watching anything interesting lately? Any new shows come on telly? Oh, this shape is disgusting. I mean, it works. I don't really want to change something that works. Let's select these edges. I got praised. I still get praised so much for this tank. When people see this tank in my... so in the bottom left, you can see the stuff I've made. When people see this tank, they're like, oh my god, you made a tank? This tank was garbage. There's so many mistakes on this thing. Probably something more like that. That's nicer looking. I don't like how thin it gets down here. Like, it's so thick here, then it gets super thin. So if we just... How do I do that? So I pull that out, we're going to get, obviously, like this. Let's undo what I just made. Oh, Cobra Kai. I have not seen any of them. In fact, I'm not going to lie. I don't watch a lot of TV these days. And when I do, and I don't want you guys hard judging me for this, it's usually anime. I hadn't started watching anime until after I finished university. And honestly, I was more impressed than I thought I'd be. I thought anime was going to be as cringy as you see it. And how people act towards it. That's more what I'm looking for. Honestly, I've very much enjoyed anime the last couple of years. Very fun. I don't watch any of the... I don't usually watch the cringe stuff. So that probably helps. In this job, every project starts with a fun and later turns into a serious profession. It takes a lot of passion and willpower to do it. To do that, I work in Blender and I adore it. I think I'll always enjoy 3D modeling. Like, the 3D modeling part's the funnest part anyway, in my opinion. I try to explain this to people. When people... Oh, do I not have a center point? Well, actually, if I go modify center... Let me quickly... I lost complete my train of thought. I was going to say something. Just do something like that, and I've completely just lost what I was about to say. Yeah, I just wanted to make that, so I have a center point for this. Let's go to wireframe so I can actually see the center point. Oh my god, there you go. What is this music? It's mad how someone can be good at 3D, but absolutely... Oh, Adam, I'm the same way. I did draw some anime not too long ago, and I was okay with it. I don't think I was brilliant, but I was okay. But in general, I suck at 2D. And I do find it absolutely hilarious, especially when I was told back in university, they were like, oh, you can't be good at 3D unless you're good at 2D. I cannot disagree with that more. I think it helps. You with your 3D, especially when you can make your own concepts. But I do not think just because you're bad at 2D, it will make you instantly bad at 3D. That is just not true. And I'm glad I didn't let people put me down in uni and tell me otherwise. Because I just can't do it. I just don't have the mental... Where's my camera? Usually in the bottom left, it tells you how much you've rotated it by. Okay, what about 360 divided by 3? 120. You know what I find weird? How many people hate maths? Especially simple maths. Is it really that difficult? Ooh, what is going on here? Apparently that's slightly broken. We won't quite rotate that yet. Someone is like, I'm feeling personally attacked. I hate maths. That's a bit better. Is the bottom the same way? Bottom looks flat. I've had a couple of friends who just absolutely hate maths, and I just don't really... Like, simple maths. I can understand if you hated, like, algebra. That's understandable, or trigonometry, or circle theorems, or statistics, if you ever took statistics. I did. I didn't want to take it, they made me. If you've ever taken any of those things, I can understand why you might dislike maths, but simple maths is... I don't know. I just didn't think it was that much of an issue. What do you guys think about maths? I mean, maths are cool, and I think people who are getting good at it are cool, but I personally don't like anything to do with it because I suck at it. Yeah, but like, I can understand when you suck at like algebra stuff. Like, I remember trying to explain to my dad. He was like, "Don't even explain it to me. I won't understand." I was like, "What do you mean you won't understand?" All algebra is, at least from what I was told in school, I could be very wrong saying this, but all it is formulas. You just make a formula that basically can replace your letters with numbers and create an equation that basically can be used for something. And I remember trying to explain it to my dad. He was like, "Don't even explain it to me. I won't get it." They tried to teach me at school and I didn't understand. I was like, "What do you mean you don't understand? It's just replacing... It's just writing numbers instead of letters." Like, if A times B equals C, right? Like, it means you can replace A with 5, B with 2, and it will equivalent to 10. But it just means you can replace them with whatever you want. I enjoyed maths, personally. I wouldn't say I found it fun. Like, it wasn't like people used to think me saying I enjoyed maths meant I thought it was the bee's knees. You know, I thought it was the most entertaining subject we could be doing. I never felt that way about maths, but I enjoyed my time doing math. You know, and I personally think you can use stuff from maths in real life. So there's bevels on this, so I know how to bevel 3 years ago. Again, we will make it a high poly anyway. I don't want to select the whole... Wait. What is that? We're deleting that. Right, let's get rid of this for now and delete stuff I don't need. Is this not in the high poly? No, it is. Wait, what? Oh, because I combined them a second ago, right, so they're not part of the layer. Oh yeah, I combined them because I wanted to bevel them. I mean, the easy formulas are okay, but if you... Basically, it's 3 lines with lots of different parentheses and all of that stuff I don't know how to say in English, I guess. Yeah, I get what you mean. But I'm talking about simple maths. I'm talking about when people are like, "Oh, I hate multiplication." Like, you hate 8 times 8 being 64. You know, you hate 12 times 2 being 24. It's... I remember when I was on holiday with my parents, just down by one of the coasts. I think it was probably where I live now in Great Yarmouth, and we were gonna order a pizza. And we wanted a 15-inch, let's say, and my parents ordered it, and they said, "Oh, we don't have any 15 inches left," which I thought they baked most of them anyway, but we don't have any 15 inches left. We could do 2 10s or something like that. And my parents jumped at it, like, 2 10s, that's 20. We're getting way more for a bargain. I think numbers are actually cool, kind of obsessed with them, to be honest. And like 2 10s, that's 20. That's more than a 15-inch pizza. And I remember it was showing up, we were waiting for it, and I was sitting there like, that doesn't sound right. And they're like, "What do you mean?" I was like, well, 2 10-inch pizzas do not equate to a 20-inch pizza because it's a circle. I was like, that's not how it works. In fact, the closest comparison would be 4 10-inch pizzas would make a 20-inch pizza because it would be 10, 10, 10, 10. And I whipped out my brain and I was like, all right, so if you talk about the area of the pizza, you do pi times the radius squared. I was like, if it's a 10-inch pizza, then you do 3.14, so let's just say 3 times 5 squared, so 5 squared is 25, so 3 times 25 is 75. I was like, okay, so that means that pizza has a 75, it's 75 area. 2 of them would be 150. So, right, so 150. Now, we were going to get 15-inch pizza. 15, wait, no, I did that wrong. Oh, no, I didn't. 15, yeah, because it's the radius, not the diameter. 15 would be 7.5 times 7.5 for its squared. 7 times 7 is 49.5. 49, 50, 52.5, something like that. Times that by 3. 52.5 would be 158 roughly. And what did I just say the other pizzas were? 75, 100. So it would actually be less just than the other one. And they were like, oh. I don't think they quite understood it. But the maths turned out that we were paying the same price for basically less pizza. Even though it didn't sound like that when they originally said it on the phone. Because obviously you hear big numbers and you think big. I know you guys weren't here for maths. I'm just going to go down to like 2 viewers now after hearing me talk about maths. Do I want to do something like this? Make it that kind of shape. Probably. But that's circumference anyway. I'm saying some of my mates just hate basic maths. Like the dog maths. That's very nice music for just fixing up some geometry. So after I finish this take, or maybe in between, hopefully I'll find a new environment I want to make. Because obviously, that's what I like doing is environments. What was it? It was like 0.3 and only 2. Was it point? Oh, whatever. What was your guys' favourite subjects in school? And I don't mean specialised subjects. If you're lucky enough to be like, oh, my subject was eating food. Somehow you got a course that was just eating food. I'm talking about proper subjects. I will include IT in that if you had a good IT experience. Or whatever they called it. I'm pretty sure they changed it. It was ICT, then it was IT, then it was computering. They did change the name all the time. Actually, no, these should be quite sharp. We'll do 1. We'll do 2. We'll keep it at 0.1. I actually don't think I like that. I think I'm going to keep it like this. It's smoothed. Or maybe bevel it like this. So saying in Discord, I think you'll love it. Oh no. Can you solve that? Sorry, that. Ooh, that is one hell of an algebraic? That doesn't sound right. Equation. I don't even know what half their symbols mean. I'm not gonna lie. I think. Yeah, I don't know what some of them mean. I know a bit more than I thought. Useful things. Who's posting in here? What? Oh, did you accidentally post it in useful things? Because I had a notification in there. Okay. What again? Oh yeah, look, I've got these little bubbles that look like it's been welded in. That's cool. That's nice. So I want to redo these because these seem placed out really weird. You see this? Like some of them are further out, some of them aren't. So I'm going to delete those and replace those. How long is this song? Or is this another song? It's 14 minutes. Okay, I'm good. But there's also one missing here. And here. Okay, we'll keep you. You look straight? I don't know. We'll keep you. Okay. I need to make another... 1 second. Crobe cat video. Excuse me. We're just going to keep that so we have a center point for this to connect to. My mate was asking me for ages, like, work can you take, work can you take? This is why I don't want to work on it, man. It's not good quality right now. There's a lot of fixing I need to do, and I knew everything was connected, so I knew everything would have janky center points. I mean, I respect that he was like trying to get me to do something creative. 20? 20 would be 18 rivets. I kind of feel like that's too many. How many do we have? Probably about 12. So 360 divided by 12 would be what? um, 30. Okay. If we do 30 each time, that's pretty neat. I like that. Nice. 30 rivets. Oh my god. What'd that look like? 30 rivets would be every 12, right? Divided by 360. Divided by 30. 12, yeah. 12. That's a lot of... Jesus Christ. Okay, that's too many. How about every 20? I don't mind keeping the peace by going in between. Seriously. What's the poly count on this looking like? Okay. Not too bad right now. Well, that looks like that part's looking pretty good. God. Why did I use like so low? Like, I don't want to see all these edges, man. I just use like the worst amount of edges for things. Like, what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Is that like 12? I'd rather it just look nice instead of thinking about optimization, you know? So we'll remodel this part quickly. This is going to be a perfect example of keeping things separated. Is there not a middle point? Oh no, you know why? I knew it! Well, let's quickly make a middle point so I can place it in the middle. Yeah, looking nice, looking optimized. After what I've seen the last couple of years on like ArtStation stuff, people just like things looking nicer. Sure, they will ask about optimization, but they seem to always prefer you just making it look nicer. Honestly, like, I think that's incredibly true. Am I wrong? Maybe? But from what I've seen, that seems to hold pretty true. Well, the idea is that you're going to bake... Yeah, true. But like stuff like this, like circles, I'm not going to bake a lot of small details here because it will be a circle. that, or do I need 2 and have that kind of shape? That's fine. Oh, that is a really hard question, Boulder. I had a lot easier time using Blender, because Blender to me just felt like the shortcuts made a lot more sense. Like S for scale, middle mouse button to keep it locked, right? So let's model. Let's model this controller. So R for rotate. If I can grab the right, there you go, right direction. Control locks your amount, like this is by 15 or whatever at a time instead of a smooth. Control R, which doesn't make sense with its naming, but that one is such an edge loop. Actually, probably a way better idea if I instead made another one here called made another one here. This down. Right here. Selected these. Control B. It is Control B in Blender. All right. One thing in Blender people need to know as well is what is it? Shift A? No. Control A. Yeah. You want to lock its geometry. I think that's right. Because when you go to do stuff like bevel, there you go. It will break the area it's doing in. Cool. Fine. But that won't let me bevel that now, will it? Let's instead pull this out a little bit. So that's fine. But like just using it, because that's what I want to show right now. It's just all the buttons just feel right when you get used to Blender. Like I just swapped straight from Maya, and I'm using almost all the right buttons. I am making a couple of mistakes. I won't deny that, but in general, I can pick Blender back up and just know all the buttons because I think it's just very intuitive, in my opinion. But it doesn't necessarily translate into being easier to learn. Because in a way, a lot of people do find the control scheme in Blender way harder to deal with. Can you please go in the right direction though? Obviously, this is going to be a very quick controller just to show you how intuitive Blender can feel. But you can also change all the controls in Blender to be what you want it to be. Be what you want to be. Let's quickly grab these. And this is without even using modifiers. Alright. Grab everything but the base. Oops. Grab everything but the base. Oh, how do you do that? One. Now, I don't know some things now, like combined, because I haven't used Blender for such a long time. Draw G. Now I'm stuck. That's the only problem in Blender is not remembering how to get up your search menu. There you go. No, that's object search. But when you don't know how to do something, that's when it gets difficult. I want to model along with you. How to combine meshes, Blender. But you can always find stuff online anyway. Control J, that's the one. And if we do a smoothy smooth, we'll get kind of the shape we're looking for. It's not going to be quite right. Well, definitely not going to be quite right. Jesus. But it's closer. Close to what we had. See what I mean? We've got like a basic little controller. I don't know. Apply that. How do I apply? Oh, where's the apply button? Ah, see more stuff. I swear there used to just be an apply button, was it there? How to apply, modify, and Blender. Wait, someone went... Oh, here. Apply. There you go. And boom, we got a controller. Not a fantastic controller, but it's a controller. You know what I mean? Oh, whoops, duplicate it. Oh, no, I didn't. That's just the base one underneath. But, like, yeah, it's all about learning the buttons. Again, I'm better at using Maya. So for me, Maya's going to be easier. We'll say it's a very hard question to answer because it all depends on how long you've used either or. Yeah, I'm not a Blender man. I did make my entire last scene like I showed earlier in Blender, which is this one. But it's funny because you stop using it for a couple of months and use other 3D software, and your brain just turns off. You're like, how do I do this again? It can be very daunting at times. That's a cool little shape. Huh. What if I bevel that? Interesting. It's so daunting. I feel people just don't understand that it can feel that way. But you can 3D model in this software, I know, but it doesn't make it easier. So I'll do this now, and I'll start deleting all the wheels. So I'm gonna make. Well, first of all, we need to. So does this look like when I smooth it? I do like the smooth, but I do think this is too sharp here. What kind of results do we get if I smooth this? What is happening here, actually? Oh, no, you know what? That's not terrible. We'll see what happens if we do this. See, this is a perfect example, guys, of when suffix should have been separate. If this inner bit up to here was a separate mesh than this outer bit, I wouldn't be having a lot of this like issues I'm about to have. In fact, I may even this to this to this, so that this mesh should separate. Isolate this, there we go, and fill this in. And I will make them separate. I cannot overhype how good making things separate is. It's so good. So, why did I decide to do that instead of making all of it smooth? Look how sharp, like, they're so janky. Do I make a new wheel quickly? I mean, it's not exactly hard. We'll make a replica of this quick, that's higher poly. Oh, you caught on a red rotate axes. 15. Off. Yeah, boy, is so not about tries. Quads only game. Dude, I remember having a conversation in a pub with one of my mates a very long time ago. We was talking to a programmer. And my friend was like, oh yeah, you only want to model... So the programmer obviously didn't know how to model. And he was like, you only want to model in tries. And I looked at him like, excuse me? Yeah, because that's what the engine converts it to. I was like, yeah, but you don't want to model with tries. Yeah, you do. And the programmer agreed with him, despite not knowing anything about 3D modeling. He was like, but surely it makes sense because the software converts it to tries. Why wouldn't you model with tries? And I was sitting there like, I was like, I cannot explain it to you if you're already taking the side of somebody else when you don't know about 3D modeling. It was just such a silly conversation. I was like, you just... I mean, the easiest way to put it is he was just wrong. Yeah, it's just... Any professional... 30 is probably alright. Honestly, how smooth do I want this wheel? I'm gonna go. I want to go 40 so bad. I don't want to care too much about topology. I just want it to look good. So I might just go with that. I like the shape of this though. That's a smart idea to extend it out here to keep the geometry in the center lower resolution. But that's exactly the problem, isn't it? It's now lower resolution. But as you get a circle come in, the lower tries it is, the smaller it is, won't look as bad as when it's big. Let me read what Frostbite said. I find that when learning a piece of software the first time it is much easier, but once I learned enough about one program like Maya and become sort of comfortable with it, you're so right. That was my biggest problem. But it's harder because I'm not used to... Yeah, that was my problem when I was learning Maya. I learned how to use Blender when I was like 13 years old. So going into university at 18 years old, everyone else was like, oh, Maya. And they were using it, they were picking it up. And I just couldn't. I was so slow compared to everybody else because I was so used to Blender. That trying to learn Maya... I actually had one of my mates, luckily I made a friend quickly, came to my house to teach me how to use it because I was falling that far behind. I had so much trouble. So even a god like me has troubles. You know what, we'll assign a new material to this. Make it transparent a little. And we'll just model around what this one looked like. It's a shame I can't remember the guy who taught me Venus Max. I know exactly the person who taught me how to use Maya. What an absolute mad lad. All I'll say is he used to dress like Van Helsing. And we nicknamed him Van Helsing. Not sure if he liked that nickname. We never used to call him it to his face, but I thought it was awesome. Sounds rad. I mean, it sounds rad, but in the day we were still all nerds. So it was one of those things where it wasn't really cool, but it was kind of cool to us. My class was filled with very odd people, to be honest. I liked my class because it wasn't filled with anyone who was like the same. Everyone was just so different to one another. I loved it. I don't think I want levels like that on this. I don't want to pull you out a tad. Yeah, Angon's a fine on a flat surface, but I don't know how bad it is now. A lot of the time, back in the day, when you tried to bake normals and stuff, it would not accept if the shape had Engons on it. So you basically just had to click clean up before exporting, and it would just turn them all into like tries. Learning about 3ds Max. The material edit is far too intimidating for me to tackle since I'm a little too comfortable with Maya's Hypershade and UE4's material editor. I love UE4's material editor. As anyone who obviously watches my YouTube will know, I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan of the material editor. Oh. Oh, so it is just the same on this side, right? Just have to duplicate it. Right, now this guy. What am I going to do to you? You're very low poly. Do I do a remodel of you? I like its model. I think I'm going to have to do a remodel of him. Time to remodel. Oh my god. So what's the easiest way to do this? If I pull that in, pull that up. That's there. Yeah. That's the easiest way. How often do you look at a shape and get intimidated by it? So how many do I want? I want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this one's 16. And follow along on your tire. Pace yourself. Oh, well, I'm working out how I want to do this now anyway. You will especially taught my by decided to transfer to max afterwards. I think I should have done that, honestly. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8, 16. If we go 32 instead. I know that's a bit of a jump in quality, but oh well. We want it to look pretty. And you can't make it looking pretty if you're going to put yourself under huge limitations. I think that was honestly, I would say one of my biggest problems after leaving uni was I was too concerned with optimization. I know a lot of people at the time were like, you can't be too concerned about optimization. You can. I'm sorry, you can. You can be totally too concerned about it because you start making your stuff look so bad. Not necessarily bad, but it's just overly optimized for no reason. And it can be a really big dampener to the quality of your pieces because of that. Again, there's probably plenty of people out there who completely disagree. Oh my god, whoa. Face. What's this? Now, I really understood why go to uni to learn 3D. I mean, I don't know. From what I'm aware, and especially what employers used to tell me, they wouldn't even look at people's applications. Not even look at that art sometimes, unless it said they had a degree in that subject. So if that wasn't the case, I could partly agree, but when they make it so mandatory, it's just a bit rough. Transparent. I don't know, I just know that my company paid less this year when... Huh. Wait, did I miss like a chat? What went down quite a bit? I think I missed like... Hey, like I said before, I've never even been given a interview for an art job, and I've probably applied for over 300, 200, sorry. I mean, it's still a high amount. So I honestly, I don't know how much input I can even put on it. I did. Honestly, for me, every little helps. Having a degree on it just helps because I can't even get an interview at the moment anyway. I should really set this in a reference layer so I don't accidentally select it. Let's quickly delete the interface. I'll connect that up in a second when I've got this part sorted. Oh, whoops. Oh god. Okay. Now, I need to do the connecty bits, which I could do as a separate mesh. Could do. I'd say probably the easiest way, if I do not want to do a separate mesh, we should extrude these out, connect these bits in, and then just connect it to here. Or I could do something like this. Like this. Oh, wow, I knew it wasn't going to let me do that. Probably connect it from there, and then do a connection from here to here. Well, and this side. And then do a connection from here to here, like this, and then start basically connecting them up here. And then you see what I mean, and you do that all the way around. I mean, that works. Do I want to do it that way though? It gives them quite sharp edges, and beveling them is going to be a pain. What's happening in chat? Yeah, I think that's why they were good. Ever just hit Windows D instead of Control S? Oh, wait, Windows D? What does Windows D even do? Break out for a second when everything disappears. I was also told it was, I don't know how old you are, Michael, but I was informed by like all my teachers that getting a job years ago was a million times easier. Maybe not a million times easier, but the amount of people who'd come in and say to us that they had the worst portfolios, but they just landed a job instantly anyway. I find that very interesting. We had someone who worked on GTA say about it, and he was like, yeah, when I started, I couldn't do anything. He went, but they brought me in anyway. Now I'm 27. Okay, yeah, so you're not old enough to experience that, but was you ever told that by older artists? So I think every single artist we had in used to say the exact same thing. Yes, all the time. Yeah, man. Being told that was always the worst, because they were like, don't worry about how bad you are now. Two people in my entire year, so what, 60 students, got 3D jobs. From what I'm aware anyway. No, 3, because one of them, I'm pretty sure their dad bought them a company. But we'll count them as well. 3 people in the entire year. Okay. I was making sure that was right. So we can delete the other one now. Let's start just making this one. Yeah, I just think it's madness. Admittedly, a lot of people just don't do 3D anymore, but they still apply for 3D jobs that I know of. I think you can't expect to get a job if you're like just gave up on actually doing 3D in your spare time. I can't blame them, you know. If you need to work and stuff, you need to work. You can't spend all your time doing 3D. I used to do both. I would do less time at work, so I'd do part-time jobs, so I'd have more time doing 3D. Yeah. Well, I'm actually I'm making some money myself now. Doing some freelance work, selling stuff in the Unreal Marketplace. Oh, my one of my pieces, my water shader is going on the Unreal Showcase in a couple of days. I'm allowed to talk about it. I was afraid I wasn't when I first looked at it. I was like, that's really cool. I mean, $10 a month selling on Second Life. Nice. You want to work from office no matter what. Don't know why though. I don't see any problem with working from home. I get why companies don't want people to work from home. I think some of them are a little over the top with why they think working from home is bad. But I get that they want to be able to monitor people and actually see people doing work, because it's sometimes hard when people are working from home to know that. I've done freelance work, and there was some freelance artists they hired along with me. And they just want, you know, you can't really monitor them doing work. And despite me doing loads of work, they had other people barely putting in any work. But they couldn't really, you know, they can't control us. Exactly. But I don't see that. I can't blame the job for wanting to control you. That is true. If you are being given deadlines anyway, you know, it's going to be the same result. At least you'd think so. I would like to work in a company, like in an actual company first. I know if I get a job now, it'll probably be from home. I just want to learn. As silly as it sounds, the money's good and everything. Sure, if I want to actually do it in a company, actually earn money, sure, whatever. But I just want to learn, man. I want to go in a company and I want some professionals to sit me down and train me. That'd be so cool. Just want to effing learn. Yeah, right? I for one find it very hard to be productive whilst at home unless I know there are deadlines and there's pressure to be pushed. I think that was the best thing about university. Is in university you have deadlines and stuff, so you're more inclined to put effort into doing it all. When you're at home and you have no reason to do 3D, it's really hard to keep yourself motivated to do it. And anyone who doesn't find it hard, I don't do a lot of 3D a week. I do some stuff off stream, but in general, most of what I do, you guys see on stream, unless it's the boring stuff, like sometimes UV mapping and whatnot, because I find it really hard to keep myself productive. But having you guys here to talk to and stuff really helps me out. This side. I have a bad habit of when I'm doing something like this, I'll end up missing pieces. I don't know why, I always do it. I have to like triple check myself. I don't know if you guys have that experience. When it's like a repetitive task like this, like I'm just filling in some edges. Was there a quicker way to do this? Most likely. But I don't mind doing it the slow way. Nice and chill, you know. Why did it like fully fill that one in? I've never seen it do that before. It always usually does it in quads or tries with this tool. I like following along with your work. Please let me do more of that. Ah. Maybe I should make my work more like Bob Ross, where I design it or plan it ahead so you guys can follow along at home. And we just make some simple stuff. It'd be really cool, actually. I don't think I'm very good at doing that, but that'd be very cool. Oh yes, the high poly looks very good too. Nice. So I think I want to bake down this into this. I don't know, the low poly looks good too. It's much more rigged. Alright, these nuts are probably absolutely fine, I'm not gonna lie. Oh, they aren't. Actually, no, they're not tilted. I remember looking at the reference before, they're going kind of straight. So that's fine. Oh, Stephen. Why have you done that? I get why you've done that, but that's just not appropriate. You may as well do this. You know what? This actually adds more geometry, but from what I've always been told, that's way better to add a little bit more geometry if it saves a lot of UV space. It's probably not going to save a lot of UV space anyway, but you know what I'm saying. Select that, and then delete these in-between ones. Boom. Oh my god. Oh, you're right, Michael. I could have just done that. Like I said, I was doing it the long way because I'm just chilling. I actually did think about doing it that way about a quarter of the way through. I'm not gonna lie. I think I just can't find the motivation a lot of the time. And then there's the fact that there are so many things I want to learn in what feels like a very little time. So I really push myself to actually just learn one thing, like 3D. It's a mindset I really need to grow out of someday because it's stopping me from progressing from the things that matter. Yeah, I mean, like Michael says, we all experience that. Art is something I'd never recommend to somebody who isn't like passionate about it. I would never recommend someone go into art if their main reasoning is to just earn some money. I just don't think, unless you're like really talented to begin with and you don't need to spend a lot of time pushing yourself to get better. Because I know some naturally talented people who could probably get away with that. But in general, I think you have to, I just kind of think you have or don't have. Yeah, with 3D art, hello, hey Xstasia. With 3D art, I don't fully agree with that, Moose King. I suck at art. I have very inventive dreams, but above that, I just don't. Oh, you know what? Actually, UV map that first before duplicating it. I just think 3D you can do without being good. Good night, ladies and gents. Have a good one. See ya. Yeah, I mean, as a 3D artist, I personally think you can get away with not actually being very good at art to begin with. I've always said this with my streams. I'm not a very good artist. I just know how to do a lot of things. I'm good with my hands. I'm the kind of guy who'd build stuff if I wanted. I see people hire someone to build their cupboards and stuff when they buy them from somewhere like IKEA. Like, I don't know. If you don't have the time, sure, but I think that's something you should just get done yourself, right? No one's ever going to agree with that if they're one of those people. You can't say that, you don't know. Not your right to say that. It's hard. In general, I think it's just good to do that kind of stuff yourself. I just think it's... I don't know. I think you should... if you have the time... If you have time, that's fair enough. But I think you should put the time into just learning how to do small things like that. It's better. Are they coming out too far now, though? I think they're a tad. You guys know anyone like that? Then maybe you guys are all like that. Maybe I'm the rare one here who would build their own stuff. What is your PC specs? I have a 1080 Ti. Oh, I got a new CPU actually. An Intel i9-9900K, 3.6 gigahertz. It can turbo up to 4.6 though. 8 core, 16 digital cores. I think that's not the correct name, but whatever. 32 gigabytes of DDR4 RAM. I think it's only running at 2400 megahertz. And well, it's Windows 10. I'm running off a M.2 SSD 1 terabyte. And then I have a bunch of storage drives. I fixed my own car. Nice. Did I ask? No, I'm joking. I watched a video the other day. I was on the tutorial on how to model a Pokeball, and oh my god, I was astonished at how badly he did it. It felt so. He is a senior artist as well. It felt so unnecessarily over the top. What the kind of things he was doing for his models. Yeah, I was joking, Moose King. I was joking. I know. I remembered that I asked that. Don't worry, my memory's bad, but it's not that bad. Something like that should be fine. Probably cut this. So let's check if I'll make this really small quick, and we'll do a quick one of these. See if the geometry thingy looks bad. No, it looks pretty neat. That's pretty neat. Yeah, I like that. Again, with the wheels, they may as well be duplicated, right? So I could do like a 2K texture, maybe 1K, and have all of that information coming over to all these wheels. Right? Same with these guys. There's a lot of duplicate stuff on this mesh. That was what I was trying to explain to people last time they talked about how good the mesh was. It's a lot of duplicated assets. There's not a lot of information here you need to worry about. Look at this. Very important. I'm glad I did this 5 years ago. Look, this is a separate mesh. Look. Oh my god, it makes it a million times easier to model. Does it clip though? Oh yeah, it does. Okay, if it's clipping slightly, we'll bring this in its head. There you go. I should probably do that for the other side too. I cannot stress how much. I know I say it a lot, but I find it very important. Uh-oh, I thought it just froze me. It's safe. That's exactly what you should do. The idea of modularity. Yeah. You're right. Well, actually, I just need to delete the middle bit. Boom. I'm going to play more Alex on stream soon as well. I don't know what this is. Wait. Can I see through this? Oh, that needs to be two-sided. Because when I was modeling it, this was like, look at these all separate shapes. This was like a really weird shape. I don't quite know what it does. I don't know if I also want to give this just some thickness. Do something like that. Oh, what? No, not like that then. Like that, and give it a tad thickness. That way you got inner faces too. Don't know. We'll see. We'll see for the future. That's gonna be miles away when we do that. Like Jesus. I think. Wait. Because I could do like 4 different wheel textures and then repeat them in different ways. Oh, you could just rotate them a little bit, but that means I can't have dirt at the bottom because you'd see that dirt being rotated. I don't know. I mean, I'll do a duplicate of this quick. Do this. Pop that over here. Wait. Kumbaya. Combine. Nah. Alright, boys, let us have a good one, my dude. This is very fun. Coming back and just improving meshes. It's actually super cool. Find this. Oh, wait, did I UV map these? So all of these, probably, I could just do a flat UV map. I can turn this off so I can see what I'm doing. Like, get down. So it's just... Oh, you make this 5 years ago. I did make this 5 years ago, yes. I 3D modded it 5 years ago. And then I went off to do other things. I was never too interested in stuff. Well, it wasn't that I wasn't interested. I just didn't think I had the skill set to get the texturing and stuff done. Like, I made this 5 years ago. 4 years ago. We're coming up to 5. Well, that's when it was posted on ArtStation. So my texturing skills and stuff weren't good. Got a little bit better here. This was generic texturing. None of this was actually UV mapped. All of this was automatic unwrapped, and then I used tile textures. So again, I didn't do much real texturing. And then we made this, which did have real texturing. But the atmosphere is terrible. I want to redo this scene when I can. There's some really nice meshes in here, and I also let us do a little bit of animation in here. And sort of setting up cameras. Very fun. But this was all after making that tank. Then I made this scene from scratch. And now there's Mega Scan, so this scene doesn't matter anymore. Then I made this scene. And then I went on to Stylize the last couple of years. Which is very fun. I will always recommend people learn how to do Stylized. It's just a lot of good times. I was going to show you the night variant. There you go. And obviously this is animated as well. Good to start. This angle sucks. This angle sucks. That's a better angle. And then my very last scene, which is this one. Which again, a different style. Because I like challenging myself. But when it comes to like singular meshes, I just did an AK and M4 very recently. And this is the scene. Oh, this was an old mesh as well. This Magnum is probably 6 years old. Wow, I uploaded this picture like 2 years ago too. But I should really... Oh well. The simple meshes. Yeah, fun times, fun times. I don't know. I've always kept myself on the ball with making random stuff. I don't know. I don't really know how to explain it. What song is this? Is this from Crash? No, this is from frickin' Sims, apparently. Oh, that's one. Cool. Now we can bind all these together. Oh, don't do that. That glitch just came up. Normal history. Save what I got. You can tell it's old because this is a student version, or this software isn't. But when I made it, it was made in a student version. Something like that, probably. So that way I have two variants. If I were to flip it, we have another part of the thing, right? I feel like that makes sense. The only problem is this part's not beveled. Very high poly wheel. Do we care though? Nah. The map looks very neat. I like that. Cool. So old wheel, new wheel. What's the difference in? Oh my god, the poly count is tremendously higher. Oh, that's connected though. Wait. It's not a fair comparison unless I select everything. $1,470 versus... Oh, it's about double. I think that's too bad. We'll ignore that. I love these. I just think these turned out so well. Look at that. Look how nicely they sit into one another. But I need to remake them. Because again, I want to UV map 1 and then start duplicating it. So... The easiest way to select this, like this, like if I did, ooh, 3D modeling the job. Nope, I do not have a 3D modeling job. Much I'd like to. Bless me. And it's the high poly one that I for some reason made. I don't know quite why I made a high poly one, but I get a lot of comments on it. Why is that one wheel high poly? I can't remember. It just is. So if we actually sit... But I saw you working with someone the other day. True. I did do a freelance for a month, but that's few and far between. I don't often get that work. It's actually got to be slightly on it, right? Like not having them aligned is a bit weird though, so... I like how they're not connected either. I don't really know how they are connected, so... Yeah, the high poly looks great. I like that. Don't know how well that'll bake down, but we'll have to see. God. That'd be the wheels done at least. This project's going to take ages. I've had a few freelance jobs here and there. I think I've done freelance jobs 4 times since I left university. That's within, what, 4 years? I can't talk about them, sadly, as much as I'd like to. The last one I can, because you guys saw me actually modelling it because I was given permission. That game was looking real cool. I like that. First time I think I've worked on... No, second time I've worked on a game in freelance. Very fun. We'll make sure all is selected. I last worked for Naughty Dog. Same. Naughty Dog would be so cool. I just want to be taught by people who work at Naughty Dog. true. Could you imagine like getting professional training by people who work at Naughty Dog? That would be fantastic. God. So I feel like these are raised slightly. Where's our reference? I'm not actually looking at reference right now. Panzer 5 blueprint. 4, sorry, blueprints. I mean, they move a little bit, not enough, but I do kind of want to balance them on top of these treads. Because having them collide with the treads look a bit weird. And having them slightly put out of perfect like placement, it also makes things look a little bit more realistic. Or what for Hideo Kojima? Oh, or Hideo Kojima. I can never remember how you say it. Mate, I missed their Fox engine. They released the Fox engine and nothing happened. Because obviously everything that went down, I can't really complain too much, but. Nice, it's looking good, looking good. So they're all UV maps now. So, what I'm going to do is start separating them out into their own separate layer. I recommend this to anybody. Either separate them out or change their colour. So, I could also... Or do both. Just because it helps to keep you on track of what's being done. And to me, it feels like a bit of a motivator. So, I like tinting it a slight colour like that. And then if I pop it into a layer... and call it UV mapped. Got that, so I can do boop, and it shows me everything that I still got left. Oh. Has this not got bevels? Oh. Old Steven, why have you not beveled anything? You lonker. Or should I say young Steven? I'm now old Steven. Right? So I remember this before. It doesn't actually fit on here. And I could never tell if I wanted to squeeze it together or not. I think I'll just squeeze it together like this. Look. I grab. Oh, I did grab the front. Nice. That, and then plug that. Plonk that in there. Oh my god, it only just fits though. Oh, it doesn't even fit. Oh. That's fine. Oh god. Fine, there you go. Oh my. Oh, it only just. Okay, let's make it a little bit more roomy in here. There you go. Is there a face there? Oh. Bad, Steven. These faces shouldn't exist. If sight collides with sight, and that face is never going to be seen to human eye, you can get rid of it. Same with here. If there's faces behind here, oh, shouldn't exist. You make Unreal tutorials? I do. Oh, that's smart. Thank you. It's very important. Always do that. Because not only do you save on processing poly counts and stuff, UV mapping. You'll have all of these extra bits. I think I'm going to do it here as well. You see this like big bit at the top? I think I'm going to delete all of this. Just think how much space I'll save on a UV map. Like, to delete all that, look. Boom. Look how much space that saves. But I haven't decided yet how I'm going to do that part, so we'll wait. And yeah, I do make Unreal tutorials, but they're usually to do with materials. Because I'm not a programmer. And despite a lot of people asking me to show them how to make a game, I cannot make a game myself because I'm not a programmer. I ain't got the brains. Why is this? This is a weird looking mesh. What the hell is going on here? What if I did something like this? And then we just went flippy-doo-dah. Like that, maybe? Or maybe like this. That probably makes more sense. Yeah. 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 So a big part of what I am doing today is coming into here and basically just beveling a lot of stuff. Or not even necessarily beveling, just fixing a lot of the geometry. Beveling, making it look nicer. All that jargon. Just to make the mesh look a lot better. It does. It won't be that recognizable, but it does. I don't want to say, oh, your game's going to run so much faster, because it won't. It's very minor. But the main part is just the UV mapping and stuff, in my opinion. Also, clipping geometry can always turn out weird in engine. For some reason. Don't ask me why. I don't think I like that. I don't think I wanted to bevel the corners, or at least not the way I did them. Can I undo enough though? No, I can't. Oh, but now I can't even redo enough. Weird. Okay, so we'll do that over, and that looks pretty good anyway. Sims again. At least I can only assume that this is Sims, right? I reached university after so much time to be able to make video games. I have no idea, because I'm in England and we don't do majors. We just do a course. My course was called Games Modeling and Animation. I mean, if you're looking at to make a video game as well, you're going to be wanting to look at game design and programming. I've got to change something in my description. There you go. I want to put my Discord link at the top. You guys, do you ever want to chat with me off stream, or just as some cool people in my chat? You can always get in contact on my Discord server. This is still way too high poly. Very annoying. Fix it. This is definitely Sims. Start this quickly. What if I do this and do this? I accidentally did something to this earlier that I don't like. Oh, right, in between faces. Okay. So probably doing what I was going to do, which was this is the best choice. That's the wrong one. A little bit jank, but oh, actually, but it overlaps. Ah, it's fine. It's better. Because if I go mesh reduced, get rid of so many of the ones I don't want to. I don't really. I can't think of a way I want to optimize it yet. That's a big boy. Thanks. Oh wait, do you mean the tank? So, yeah, that's also a big boy. What's going on here? I don't like that. You there you go. But it's doing on the inside as well. Wait a minute. Just this edge. I want to do. Wait, that's the wrong edge. That edge. There you go. I just want to do this. Just to have it connect to something. I mean, I can even pull this up a little bit and get a bevel one here. Like that. So it looks like it's actually connected to it. This looks a little bit better. Alright, now let's look at another part TV map. Do I make this one a higher poly one? I did something like this. Once again, I'm not caring too much about poly count. So get off my back. Are they fine poly count? They are much smaller. So I make these quite a high poly in the end. And then you've also got the high poly. Which I'm actually going to have to make some adjustments for anyway. The Glock 47 almost got 1.5 likes on the Facebook pages. Oh my god, what? You made a... If you're here in America and if you're... They will teach you 3D modeling, UE4, Unity, and game films. And wow, okay. I don't know if I want to put the poly count on this. Or maybe bevel some edges. God, these edges are going to take ages to select. That doesn't count as an edge loop, so I'm going to have to... Oh boy! Let's just check. So bevel on those. He said it seems to like the bevel. That's good. If I put one on it like that. Yeah, I definitely want a bevel on it. Just having a look around, really. Like this is no bevel either. Bevels are important, guys. Important, guys. Makes things just look better. Because it goes from that to that. Okay, that didn't quite work. What's going on here? See this? Wait, what is going on there? That's a really weird shape in there. They are not a actually what I just said. For stuff that's UV maps but haven't been placed correctly on the area. I want to make a separate material for that. Again, it's just to help me keep track of what I'm doing. Green, a little bit green. A little bit more green. Still want it to stick out to an extent. There you go. May as well quickly do the same thing to these guys. I could just copy and move them over here, but where's the fun in that? If I just these sleds, there you go. That doesn't look right. Oh, right, because I deselected all of those. Whoops. There we go. That doesn't look like it. Wait a minute. Layout. It's not on. Oh, no. Oh no, that means my wheels are incorrect. Well, this isn't fun. These are going to be broken. Yeah, this should look like that. Oh, because these are the bolts. Yeah, that's actually way worse. Look at this. Dead space over here. Jesus. What if I get a secondary split on these guys? Well, that's way worse. Okay. That. Make sure this is 100% laid out. There you go. Audio counts one of those. Those. Oh, let's fix the Actually, well, no, they should be the same UV map. Although, that could be the same replica. Oh, yeah. I just thought that. Yeah, it gives me the same replica anyway. I didn't need to recopy all of them. Oh. These ones too close together. Fine. Save what I got so far. Do a quickie, delete all tab history. Line over these centerpieces. Right, I've had enough of these songs to go. Go. Now I get rid of them. Oops. Now I get rid of them. Nice. Oh, I feel like we've made no progress today, but we have. We're just, it's just a slow one. It's fine. Nothing wrong with the piece you're working on not being a fast piece. It just feels terrible, though. Right, they're done. Book them in our UV but not place. Change the texture as well to green. I'll change it, yep. Cool, because I don't know what's going to be part of what texture map yet. So we need to be patient. We need to have confidence. looks a very strange shape. And I kind of want to do this. Right? I think that looks better. I should probably UV map this because I redid all of this. I think this is all done, right? Don't need anything in here. These got some bevels, these got some bevels, these are like little rivets in the corner. Which should probably be a high poly, but... What do these look like independently? Okay. So, I can select all of these. Rivety bits. Like so. We can do a unitize. We can scale them down and then just do a movement so we can unfold. And they're done. They're all the rivets. Color them green. Combine them. What? What? Oh, I just switched to object mode. Oh well, I'll combine them later. They did stay that way, right? Cool. This one. We want to... honestly... Boom, 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 and boom. That'll probably look fine. Probably. We'll have a quickie check. Yeah, I mean, very slight warpage, but overall very nice. Cool. This is just a flat surface from what I'm aware. We're going to make this green for now. Oh, those ones that turn green. That makes me sad. This is also just a flat surface. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, 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 boom. Whoops. Boom, boom, boom. Boom. Yo. These parts, same. All of these parts can do the exact same. I'm sorry, I'm clearly clicking on this. Cool. You know, I'll leave it for now because I'll combine them all in a minute anyway. These guys can probably do the exact same thing. Get tiny just so they look alright. Yep, they look good. Just to see if they look alright is what I meant to say. Oh, that's the whole top bit done. Now with these rivets, exact same process. Although, will these be on the high poly? I don't mind having them on the low poly. It's not going to be that low poly. I've said this before. God. This bit. Nice, just a cylinder. See, some of this part has been modelled perfectly for me to UV map. I didn't even know how to UV map back then, so I'm very glad. Oh. PP. Did I select an edge that was a... Really? I mean, that's probably the best edge to select, actually. But I can't believe that's the edge I accidentally selected. There you go, look at that. Oh, look how long that is. Perfection. That's what I am looking for. The... Don't you wish you were still... I mean... What's that supposed to mean? How dare you? It's pretty good. Oh, now that's that whole top bit done. We will have that as one mesh. Perfection. Lovely. And then we'll select it all. We got this. Oh. Did that break anything? Doesn't look like it broke anything. Oh my god. Okay, it did break something. I can't even tell what it broke. What is this? Why is it broke? I mean, if any... Wait, and it broke... Wait a minute. If I only broke these edges, that's fine. I can fix that. I don't think I even did these by accident. That's fine. Put that. Probably... This. Fault. They look alright. I can't tell they're all overlaying each other. Yeah, they look. Yeah, they look fine. I just remember why I looked like that. Okay, that's better. I think we might need another slit in this one though. Something like this. There you go. Let's give me more geometry. Let's give me more geometry. Still a lot of room missing, so maybe we'll fix that at some later day. But you know what? We'll set that to 3. I might make that its own UV map, even if it's 1K or a lower res. See, when you highlight multiple meshes that you're duplicating, you UV them to do all the map in the same space. I really hope Max does that as well. I'll need to check. Duplicate, then you UV them to all. Yeah. That's just called layout. I just realized what we were talking about. Boom, UV mats. All of this. Oh, including the gun, or do I want that as a separate? I have to really decide what I want to be separated. It's going to be a hassle. I think that's them all done, isn't it? And this is literally a cube. There's this. Wait. Cool. I could probably make it some thinner though. Wrong one. What time is it? 5 more minutes, guys. 5 more minutes. Let's see how much we can get done. I think today's been interesting. We've done some remodeling. We've done some... We're doing now some UV mapping. Yeah. All the good stuff, you know? I mean, that's what you expect when you watch me. All the good stuff. I mean, come on. Like, I don't want to watch an anime tonight. Maybe not anime. Maybe I'll watch something live action. I don't know what yet, though. It sounds too serious. I want something chill. You're like, it's not serious, though. And you're probably right. It probably isn't serious. But the way you described it made it sound very serious. And I'm not down for that. Oops. Find all those together. Lay them out. These are definitely not finished yet. Let's pop them in the... This one. Nice. It's looking more bare, which is good. The more bare it looks, the more I've done. Are you serious with me right now? Wait, with what? Oh no, what have I done? Oh, I need to redo the treads. Oh, I don't want to redo the treads. I have to UV map it and then replace them. Oh, it's so much effort. I want to know how to animate them. Do you just have to do all of them on their own track? Because if you animate one doing this, and then basically put them at different parts of the time frame, you will have that animated around. But I don't think that's probably the best way to do it. Oh my god. Do I want it lower poly? I mean, I respect the low polyness, but I feel like he deserves a little bit of a better treatment. I don't deserve this shabby treatment. Oh, that's for this direction, right? How are you maintaining texture density? Or texel density. I'm just selecting pieces and laying them out using conserve 3D ratio. The answer is he's not. What do you mean? Texture density means like having stuff sharing the same density in texture space, right? So, for example, I've not done it too much on this yet, but for example, keeping them all the same texture density. I was just checking. Okay, I was making sure. I wasn't sure if I misunderstood. You literally, like, if things weren't the right texture density, look. If these were, like, smaller, and this was a much lower density, I just select them all, click Control L, and it sizes them up to be the correct density. Right? So he's sitting there like, no, that's not what I mean. Do I bevel that or not? Can't tell if worth. Yeah, I think that'd be worth. Get some bevel action in there. That. Nice. We've got these little joints in here. They look nice and cozy. Oh. I mean, they probably should be that low poly. I shouldn't probably make them any higher poly because they are tiny, but I don't like zooming in and everything's not thingy. Alright, so we did a little bit of UV mapping today. Like I said, it was mainly some remodeling and stuff, so I hope you guys enjoyed, and hope you enjoyed some of my stories, and I will catch you guys next time. Bye. I'll wait a couple of seconds just in case it doesn't quite. I didn't know that shortcut. It's a very good shortcut. If you I quickly want to show the shortcut. If you don't know the shortcut, which is Control U, to set it up, you just go Layout, click this button here, and then right here, Preserve 3D Ratio. It's usually off. Click Preserve 3D Ratio, and it will start preserving the 3D ratio. There you go. All right, again. See you guys. If you do want to catch me off stream, you can always join the Discord below.